Okay folks, we are coming up to the last contest. Obviously there's going to be a few more happening on the night. Unfortunately people couldn't make it this evening. But we're going to move on to the last one. We've got the One Vision heavyweight title. The challenger, Mr. Luke Robinson, please, ladies and gents.
I thought Dale would have been flanking you up there.
How are you doing, Luke? Good to see you, mate. Come and have a seat. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, some messages. And we've got the guy who currently holds the heavyweight title. Can we please get Luke Wilkins? Stevie Wilkins. You look so similar. Good to see you, mate. Come and take a seat. Look very summery there, Stevie. It is hot, yeah. Why have you got your jacket on still? Just chilling. Okay. Okay, guys. Right. Well, these guys need no introduction. We've both seen them around the ring on lots of different shows. They both fought for belts, and they've had heavyweight title shots before. I believe this is the first time they're actually coming up against each other. Luke, am I right in saying that?
Yep.
Have you ever sparred each other before?
Yeah, a couple of times,
yeah. Okay, so I mean, I don't believe there's any bad blood between yourselves, really. I think it's just a fight that it was destined to happen. It had to happen at some point. There's been, you've taken other fights on in between and stuff. Luke, obviously, I would say technically the underdog in this fight, in the fact that Stevie's, he already holds the belt, so you're coming in as the challenger. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, fine. Stevie's one of the best lads about, so of course I'm going to be the underdog.
And Stevie, Stevie, you've drawn and beat some really good people as well. I'm talking like the likes of Sugar Sean Grant. You drew with Sugar, did you?
Fought him twice, yeah.
Yeah.
Lost both times.
Oh, you lost. I thought you might have. Okay, sorry.
Thanks for bringing
I thought he drew one.
No, ref was a pussy. Wouldn't give it. Oh.
Sorry for that, is there?
Move on.
Okay, yeah, we are moving on. But let's go to you then, Steve. Steve, who did you last beat for this belt?
Brian Doyle, Bruno, top bloke. Absolutely love him, but took his belt. It's mine now.
And I'm guessing it's going to be
Mine to stay. I'm not giving it away. I'm like a little brat. I don't like sharing.
Okay. Well, obviously, Robbo's going to have something to say about that because you want it to come back with you, don't you?
Yeah, of course. I planned on taking it the first time, and obviously the fight with Bruno didn't go the way I wanted it to. I took that fight at a shit time for me, really. The little one had just been born. I didn't bother training. I'm not going to make no excuses, but at least this time.
You just did.
That sounds like two.
Yeah. It was a shit time for me, and my little one was born, but I'm not going to make any excuses.
He was the better man on the night, and that's my own fault. But now I've got a better chance of going for it now.
Okay, so obviously you lost. I mean, the way it looks on paper, obviously you lost to Bruno. Stevie's beat Bruno. So in that roundabout kind of way, Stevie's technically that boxer, but you've been putting in more work this time, and your game plan's going to be different to the one that you fought Bruno on.
Yeah, 100%. I've completely changed the way I've trained now. Who I'm training with Paul as well as Rich, and we're just working on different things, different technical stuff that I'd never worked on before. I was just in the gym on the bag on my own, but now we're really putting it in.
Do you think it helps with the fact that you've got the show that you do, which is
Road to Glory?
Yeah. Training with those guys helps you as well?
Yeah, a little bit. It just keeps me in the gym and it keeps me there, gives me an excuse to go. So I'll normally train before we start coaching. So at least I'm there and doing something.
Okay. Stevie, like I say, he's changed things up now because obviously he was in the right place when he fought Bruno, etc. But he's not going to make any excuses about his baby being born. Do you think that
I'm still pregnant.
Do you think that this is going to be, you're going to be seeing a different Luke coming into the ring to try and take that battle away from you?
I couldn't care less if it was a different Luke. I could beat the old Luke. I could beat the new Luke. My training's improved tenfold because I've got some good lads to spar with down at Windrush now. Before I was struggling, getting some heavyweights and that, so I had to go around and you don't get as much in, but I'm doing 15, 16 rounds a night now, easy 3-minute rounds, and my fitness is better. I've increased my power. I'm doing weights in the gym now. I've really changed up my training as well, so I think you're going to see a different Jama by now.
Different. Have you still got the same pajama bottoms? Have you not got any new ones yet?
New ones.
I thought Hobbs TV were going to be sorting you out with some.
Who? Delbird TV.
Delbird TV, yeah.
You're old, yeah, they're not due for changing.
Okay, so you said we've got a new Stevie coming as well. He's been doing all this different training and stuff like that. You've seen Stevie fight in the past. You know what he's about. He's a good mover for a big guy. He bounces around that ring like he's a fucking gummy bear, and he's all over the shop. And he's hard to hit. He's fought some big guys. How do you think you're going to fare with that movement?
Yeah, the movement's going to be tough. Stevie does move very well. He doesn't hit very hard, obviously. I mean, we've all seen that, and we all know that. We're fighting in tens, and that suits me because I'm a puncher. I'm not a great boxer, but I can hit quite hard, and hopefully I can catch him nice and early, and that might stop him from moving around so much. At least with this fight, I can let my hands go and not really worry about what's coming back. So that's what I'm going to do.
Okay. Have you got anything to say against that? Yeah. Okay. Let's hear it.
Most of the guys I fight, as people know, are big, tough blokes. Phil Williams, Sean Grant, Rich Loveday. Everybody knows they can take a punch. So there's not much point in me really trying to knock them out. I'm not going to beat him on power, so I beat him on speed and skill and intelligence. But Luke's not tougher than them. I can drop him.
Especially in tens.
Especially in tens.
Okay. Big talk there. I mean, you tick all the other guys, the Lovedays, whoever you mentioned, Sean Grants and the Phil Williams. But you don't think Luke will be able to take a punch like those guys can take a punch?
No way.
Luke, talk to me.
Stevie can't give a punch hard enough to worry me, so it doesn't need to.
I had Roman and Silver wobbling, mate, and he's one of the toughest blokes in the circuit in this country.
Did you finish him? Did you stop him?
No.
Okay then.
I had him wobbling. You are not tougher than him.
Well, you didn't stop him. You didn't hurt him. So he obviously wasn't hurt enough, was he?
Still beat him.
Wasn't hurt.
Still took his belt as well.
You did.
That's to my collection.
But how did you take his belt? Did you beat him by knockout?
I beat him on points.
So you beat him on points that it wasn't a knockout?
I hate you.
I know you do. That's why I'm here.
What day was that sparring?
Yeah, join the queue, mate. Fucking hell, we're down the fucking corner.
Tickets for that already.
Yeah.
Fiver entry.
I'll pay 10.
I'll pay by the punch. Cheaper.
Listen, you won your belts. You've never stopped anyone, have you? In a fight?
I have, long time ago. I had 2 fights in one night actually. Rich Loveday and some other bloke called Aaron, and I stopped that Aaron bloke
Yeah.
in the second round.
Okay, so he has stopped someone. You were there. What was this Aaron guy like?
He was awful.
Yeah.
He was fucking awful.
Not much credit to me, but
So, right, okay, so you're not really doing yourself any favours, but so you're not a knockout fighter, but you think you can do it this time because he can't take a punch. Luke, I've seen you take a few punches. I think you can take a punch. I'm not going to say that you can take a punch off this guy.
Stevie got dropped by Nathan Webb.
I did
And
with an
I
elbow.
went 3 rounds. Did you get counted?
It was an elbow.
Was it counted?
No, I didn't get counted. I'll get Ben Fitch to get the video. I did not get counted.
It was an elbow.
It was an illegal elbow that got called straight away. And it fucking hurt.
Okay, have you ever been dropped?
Not in boxing, no. I've been dropped in kickboxing once or twice.
Yeah, you ever been dropped training or anything?
Yeah, a few times actually.
Recently? At Arena?
Yeah, I was part of a Craig Redmond, not long
Yeah?
and
Babbles, that's so
one of the
cool,
cleanest
man.
right hands I've ever seen in my life.
And he dropped you?
I went down like a fat sack of shit.
That is why I don't want to fucking spar with you, Craig.
At least you got in with him though.
Yeah.
Pussy.
Alright. Luke, I'm still a bit baffled by this. You don't think he's got the punch, and he's categorically just said that he quite happily thinks he's going to knock you out. Do you think you can knock this guy out?
Probably not. No, I'll be honest about that. And I think if Stevie was truly honest, he'd say he's not going to knock me out. Let's be honest.
I'm not saying I'm going to, I'm saying I'm trying to.
Oh, everyone's trying to hit people out, but it's not going to happen, is it? The fact is, me and Stevie are going to end up going 3 rounds, and
Is it a 3-round fight, yeah?
7.
then I'll have to knock him out then when I fuck him.
No, 3. Every fight's 3 rounds. Okay. 3 minute rounds.
Yeah, we're in 10 ounces as well. It's going to be good. Whoever turns up on the night and boxes better is going to win. That's as simple as it is.
Would you say this is going to be one of your toughest fights that you've had because of the different style of opponent? Because some of the wins you've had of late, for instance, Jamie Husband was a bigger guy, and you've won it. It was a great fight. You cleaned him out. You won out with a knockout punch. It was a hell of a punch. But Stevie is a completely different style boxer, and he's going to be moving. So this is technically a bit more of a difficult fight for you, do you think?
Yeah, 100%. Stevie's a difficult fight for anyone. But I think styles make fights, and this is one of the first times I've ever fought someone around my height. So we'll see. I'm a lot more, I'm a lot more comfortable fighting people in my heart. I can actually try and jab. I think I've thrown 3 jabs in 17 fights. So we'll have a different me this time.
Okay. Do you think Robbo's going to be one of your toughest fights? I know you just given the spiel about the fact that, what was his name? He just wobbled Roma. So he wobbled Roma and stuff. Was that one of your toughest fights, or do you think Luke could possibly be one of your toughest fights?
Say how it is.
Roma was a hell of a tough fight. I've fought him 3 times now, and he's been tough every time, but I don't think he was my toughest fight. I think the problem with Luke is he's unpredictable. And I know he can hit hard. I've sparred with Luke before, and I will admit he's got a bang on him, but I'm known for my movement, my head movement, my slips, my footwork, so...
Any burgers?
Well, KFC actually, but if he does want to hit hard, he's got to land it, that's the point. Everybody can throw a big shot, but that big shot has still got to land it in the right place. There's no point punching me in the leg.
Why would he punch you in the leg?
Because I'd be moving.
Why would your legs be that high?
Because I'd be jumping.
Right, okay, are we going to see one of these famous like sort of Superman punches that you try and do every once in a while?
Yeah, if the timing's right. I mean, I got a bit bored the other week in the gym and developed a new one, but I think it's a bit illegal in boxing, so I probably won't do it.
Yeah, don't do that.
I might try it anyway, depends how pissed off I get.
Right, okay.
Well, after he gets you with one of his knockout punches.
Knockout punches, but I'll be knocked out, so I can't do it.
Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to open this one up to the audience because I think there might be a few questions for these two here. Anybody like to ask anything? Yes, please, Mr. Wilkins.
Look, you said he lacks power because he always fights people bigger. He's fighting the same height, so you've got the same advantage. He's got a lot of experience fighting in tens. That makes you a bigger underdog in my view because he's an
What's your question?
As a 10, what do you say to that?
Who's your girlfriend?
That's my driver.
Did you get the question?
No.
I got the question.
What's the question?
What's the him against it?
Well, I got the question was from the fat man who lives with me was I've fought in 10-ounce gloves my whole life. I've been doing kickboxing since I was 6 years old, and we start in 8-ounce gloves, you go to 10-ounce gloves. I've done full contact kickboxing fights, 10-ounce gloves. Never fighting people my size. Now that we're wearing 10s and you're my size, how do you think that's going to play to you?
No differently to any other fight, I don't think. You know, I'm in 10s as well, so I've boxed in 10s a couple of times, boxed in 12s, boxed in 14s, boxed in 16s. It's no different. It's a tiny little bit of padding. When you get hit, you get hit. And if you've been hit properly, you know you've been hit properly, regardless of the size of the glove. It's just going to be one of them things. He's going to get hit just as much as I'm going to get hit. And we'll see.
Yeah, sorry, it was a shit question. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's terrible. Anybody got any decent questions?
I've got a question for Robbo.
Yeah.
In the past, you've mentioned about levels. Where do you rate Stevie?
That was going to be my question. Bastard.
Can you explain to us what you mean by that, and for those people that don't know what the levels are?
No, I just obviously in your previous fight against Bruno, you said there was levels. So now, where do you rate Stevie?
In your levels.
Obviously, he comes and trains down scrappers and fucks him up, man. No, Steve, like I said, Stevie's one of the best technical heavyweights on the circuit. You know, he's beaten a lot of people around here, and yeah, he's up there. But I don't think I'm massively out of my comfort zone with Stevie. I feel confident going into it. I can't see any other way that I'm going to lose. Same as Stevie can't see any way he's going to lose, and that's the way everyone's got to go into a fight. Otherwise, you're in the wrong fucking game.
Do you feel like you're on the same sort of level then?
No, 100% not. Stevie's, as a technical ability, Stevie's much better than me. But we're both in the same ring with the same 10-ounce gloves, and it's just going to, whatever happens on...
No, you've got your own pair and he's got his own pair.
One each,
Well, actually, I'm borrowing Steve's, so they're not mine.
Okay. But, so you're a lower level than you think Stevie is? So Steve's slightly higher level?
In technical ability, of course, yeah, 100%. I think everyone here would agree.
But you think that you're a higher level in, let's say, power? You think you've got more power than
100%.
So the levels sort of all equal themselves out, so it's going to be a good fight.
Everyone in every fight has different attributes. You know, even when Craig fought Beatty, Beatty was a lot more slick than Craig. Craig gets a lot harder, and you see how that went. That's how I plan on this one
I don't
going.
think he was slicker than you.
He wasn't slicker than me, Luke's chalk and shit now.
You've had too many.
Have we got any more questions? Yes, young man at the front there.
I have a question for you.
Okay, you got a question for me?
Who would you like to win?
Who would I like to win?
Good question.
Hold your little boy. What are you doing up at this time of night? You should be at home.
He also wants to know, what gap did you get your shirt from?
This one?
Yeah,
This
that
one.
one. Both. Are you both?
This one is... I think that's next.
The women's section, I think.
Next.
That's next.
That's next? Well, that's next as well.
Is it?
It's both next, actually, yeah.
One up.
Who do I want to win?
What's your name?
Alfie.
Alfie, I am completely unbiased. I am here because I love the sport of boxing. And I just want both guys to go in there, give it their all, and whoever comes out, I think they're both winners in my eyes. It takes a lot of guts to get inside that ring.
Shit. Answer the question.
Okay. So, I don't know who's going to win, and I don't know who I want to win. I haven't got any preference. These are both friends of mine, so I just hope that it's a cracking fight on the night, and I do wish them both all the best. Thank you for the question, though. Little bugger. Yes, Steve?
Luke, obviously I've watched you box a lot and followed your fighting. I think you're a good counter puncher, but I also think, obviously watching you previously, when you put it on a little bit and come forward because you can it hard, is that something that you're going to do more because you're going to be worried of his power?
Yeah, 100%. That's what I said when I said I'm going to have a different fight this time. I'll sit back because Stevie's not going to go missing. Stevie's going to come forward, of course he is. And then if I come forward, so Stevie, and we're going to meet at some point in that fight. We're going to meet in the middle, and then we are going to see who's got the minerals to stay there.
Okay, let's wrap it up then. Your final thoughts then. We'll go. You just spoke, so we'll come over to you, Stevie. Final thoughts for the fight, please, and your little message for Luke.
Like I said, belt is coming back with me, no problem. In the wise words of Steve Meca, I don't give a fuck how the fight finishes as long as I win it. If I knock him out, I knock him out, and I want to knock him out because I'm not being a bit of a twat here, but I've had a lot of people ask me to knock him out. I think he must be doing something wrong around this town because somebody don't like him. But yeah, I'm winning. Simple as that. I don't care how it is. I'm winning.
Okay, Luke, your final thoughts of the evening, please, and your message to Stevie.
I don't know. We are going to find out who's the better guy. If you win, I'll buy you dinner, and I'm not getting paid. I'm not getting paid that well, so I'm not going to lose.
Come on, message. He's just giving you a message.
Yeah, I think Stevie at the moment, like this might sound a bit big-headed, but I think Stevie's got a bit big for his boots. Everyone's blown a lot of smoke up his ass lately because he does go in with the best guys, but of the best guys, I think he's only beaten Roma really, and Roma's a good guy. Don't get me wrong, but
Beat Nick Tucker as well.
yeah, but Nick's the first person to admit he didn't do any training for that fight, and I think if Stevie had boxed Nick for Phil Williams, Stevie would have been asleep in that fight. And we're gonna have a really good scrap, and I hope everyone enjoys it just as much as I'm going to.
Okay, fantastic. Yes, John.
Stevie, do you think more people have asked you to knock Robbo out than people have asked to knock Babbers out?
That can be true.
Yeah, I think it's close, but it's not in the same league. It's not in the same Luke Robertson level. But I mean, he's a twat. It's not like, not you, Luke, but Babbers is a bit of a twat. He's a lovable twat, but he's a twat, so great, get fuck out of him.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's give these two a round of applause. It's going to be one hell of a fight on the night. Don't know what you said, Luke. I do agree with it, not with regards to Stevie, but with people getting too big for their boots and that, there is always a bigger fish, isn't there? So we'll see what happens on the night.
He's not much bigger than me, is he?
About 3 inches, 4 inches.
That's why I walked in.
Oh, it is the boots, yeah. Church of God, that's it, get him up.
Oh, orthodox, eh? Cheeky.
His best side.
Ladies and gentlemen, Luke and Stevie.